Hey everybody, this is Vic from V-Drive bringing it to you. 2025 Elantra N. This is absolutely a beast and a vehicle that drivers are going to love the most. It's not really for commuters or for an average Joe, as I mentioned in one of my shorts as well. Behind me is what you get when a company builds a car for drivers instead of your average Joe. This is Hyundai Elantra N, which means nothing compares to it. You have the beautiful looking LEDs. Under the hood, you have this 2-liter turbo putting 289 torque, and it sounds amazing. And you have the strut brace for more stability. Inside you have the gorgeous suede on leather seats that are heated with the N badge. You have the touchscreen with a lot of gauges and a G-force meter, a digital dash, a leather wrap steering wheel with the paddle shifters, and if you press this button, it does this. Let's just dive into it. Can we just take a second to appreciate how beautiful this car looks? From a distance, if you're driving this thing, people will think it's just a regular Elantra. It has a 1.6 turbo engine, but you know what? This is a lot special. This is a 2-liter turbo engine, which I'm gonna dive into. But first off, let's just take a look at these beautiful looking LED lights. You have the daytime running lights. You have your nighttime lights right underneath. You have the 2 projector lamps. There is no fog lamps anywhere on the vehicle. And you do have the front sensors, as you can see. Now, you do have a functional vent right on the side, just to give you a little bit of an aerodynamic feel there. And the way the whole hood and the whole front end is kind of a little bit deep down there, kind of gives you a nice feel while you're driving down the road. Now, instead of having a light right here, which you do get into a Sonata, you just get an aluminum plating right around. You have a huge Hyundai blacked out badge right here that matches the aesthetics of the vehicle. Behind this grille, there is nothing that's holding anything back. That's why you'll be able to see some leaves, because I've been driving a lot lately in the nice weather of November in 2025 in Canada, right? The color of the vehicle is cherry red, looks really good, matches the aesthetics of the blacked out wheels, blacked out mirror caps. You have the 19 inches tires. You have 245, 35 R19s. You have the red brake calipers, disc brakes at the back, bigger rotors at the front, a little bit smaller at the back, and not a lot of space in your sidewall, which is kind of pretty understandable, right, when you're driving a car like this. Now, come to the side of the vehicle, pretty nice shape overall. You do have a spoiler at the back that looks really cool, and body match everything around here. Like the body match handles, everything around your window is blacked out, same for the mirror cap here too. Now, the side skirts over here looks really cool. It almost looks like the running boards or the step zone to just get inside the vehicle. And you have the nice N badge, but that's just mainly for the looks and give your vehicle a nice, cool look, and the design overall too. Come to the back right here, typical design that you get in any other Elantra. It has the red lights at the top and of course reverse light at the bottom. Blacked out Elantra badge with the Hyundai badge, N badge at the bottom, and dual set of exhaust. That sounds really nice. We'll try to show you a cool start in this one so you're able to see it. And sensors all around the vehicle here too. Now, here is a point of disappointment here. When you press this button to open up your trunk, it only comes up a little bit, a couple inches there. I just wish they will be able to open it up a little bit more, but that's not a problem. There's a lot of space. You can see you can store 3 sets of tires at the back. You can throw a couple bodies if you like to as well. Before we dive into the engine, I just want to point out again, you have the nice spoiler at the back. In the 2026 models, there is a TCR version coming up that's going to give you even a giant spoiler. But what are your thoughts regarding this one? Are they doing too much by adding this spoiler at the back, or is it just enough? In my opinion, it looks really, really cool. It just adds some personality of a sports car into a regular driver car, which you can drive it every single day, right? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. All right, here is our 2-liter turbocharged engine with the N badge right here. Just to remind you, make sure you know what you're getting. It's an 8-speed transmission, dual clutch transmission, by the way. And the engine is producing 276 horsepower and 289 pound-feet of torque. Looks like a regular engine, just like any other car, but when you're driving this down the road, it really gives you a nice punch and a nice taste of what the driving really feels like. Your suspension is also performance suspension. Your engine is a performance engine out of the whole series, and your driving feels really cool too, and the exhaust, as you have heard in the video, it sounds really, really nice. Now let's just talk about the interior at the back. I'm going to show it to you what kind of space, and there is one really cool thing at the back seat. Let's just dive into it. Thank you so much for watching this video. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers in the next 30 days. I would really appreciate your help, so don't forget to subscribe and make sure you check out our other videos. Now let's just get to the back of the vehicle here. You have the plastic all around here. You have the suede in the middle. Of course, your blacked out handles and power windows and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of plastic underneath here too. Inside, you have the leather on the outboards, suede in the middle. And one more thing I would like to mention, when you drop these seats, guess what? You have a strut brace at the back for more stability, which is pretty cool. To all the Honda and Toyota boys, watch out. This thing is ready to take over the world in the series of its class, So what does that mean with the N? Nothing compares to it in that class, right? And that is one of the proofs there, right? It's going to give you better stability because it's connected to the struts, especially when you go for a drive, right? Now, let me just show you what kind of space you get into this one. Inside here, there is a decent amount of space. If I'll drive like a normal person, I have enough space at the front, leaving a little bit of enough space at the back. I have plenty of space. My knees are not really touching. I have, soft touch material at the back right here. You have the bucket seats at the front, which I'm going to get into in a second. My head is definitely touching. And the roof material that Hyundai has put into this vehicle is really, really cheap. And I'm kind of disappointed with that. There is no armrest coming out of this area, which usually is the case in most of the sedans and SUVs. But that's one way to save some cost there. But you can fit a small kid inside because you have a bump in the middle, which I'm still trying to understand. It's not an all-wheel drive vehicle, it's a front-wheel drive vehicle. Usually an all-wheel drive vehicle like Toyota RAV4 or a Hyundai Tucson or a Kona, if they have a drive shaft going at the back, they have a bump in the middle. But this vehicle has no reason to have this thing, but it's what it is. But guess what? You do have the 2 USB-C ports, so you're able to charge your phone and make sure you're all charged up for a road trip, right? All right, let's get to the front of the vehicle. You have the keyless entry right here, and at the front you have the similar idea. You have the plastic on the top, suede at the bottom, power windows, locks, all that kind of stuff. And this is how the seats looks like. Suede in the middle. You have the N badge right here that illuminates at night, or when you open up your door, you have the nice stitchings, the blue stitchings all around your black leather seats. And the disappointing part is that these seats are not powered. These are fully manual seats. Mind you, the price of the vehicle is $43,000 for a 2025 model in Canada right now. Depending on where you are in the US, it's going to be slightly bit different based on your currency. But no power seats in this vehicle? Come on. This is the most expensive Elantra that you can buy in the 2025, and there is no power seats. Kind of disappointing, but it's what it is. Maybe they're just inspired by Ferrari because they also don't have, power seats in it, right? But just press that old handle, move your seat at the back, right? Inside, you do have a sunroof. I'm just going to close my door. Inside, you do have a regular sunroof, which is fine. And going back to the roof again, they put some cheap material right here. It feels really, really tacky, but I'm just going to leave it to it right now. Now, inside, you have a pretty good layout overall. You have the plastic all around here. You have the Bose stereo system, which I'm going to get into while driving because it's not as effective as I thought, like any other vehicles that has Bose stereo system. You have this touchscreen with your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and the problematic part is that the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is not wireless, which is very stupid. You do have inbuilt map here, which seems like it's from 2020, but that's okay. It's what it is. You do have the weather forecast and all that kind of stuff here too. And if you'll press this N mode here, you can see all your gauges, the throttle response here too, the oil temperature, engine temperature. You can see all these custom gauges where you can put your vehicle into normal, sport, and sport plus mode. You have the limited split slip differential at the front, which you can customize, same for steering, suspension, transmission, and exhaust sound as well. G meter is there, and you have a launch control as well. There is a problem with the launch control in this specific vehicle. This one have to go back to the dealership, to the Hyundai dealership, so they can fix it up. You can do a launch control at 3,500 RPM. This one doesn't go past the 2,100 RPM, which I'm going to still try to show it to you during down the road in the video there. Now, you do have a regular style buttons for your heated steering wheel, heated seats. Nothing too complicated that you'll have to go to the screen. Wireless charging, 12 volt, USB-C, pretty typical. You have the transmission, 8-speed transmission with the N badge, and you have a grab handle in case you're going really, really fast on this one. Believe it or not, you can go 0 to 100 in 4.7 seconds with the automatic transmission version. And when you have the manual version, you can go 0 to 100 in the 6.6 seconds which is not the fastest, but let me tell you this, it's really fun to drive. Now, coming back to the front of the vehicle here, you have the digital dash right here, and you have a place right here for a magnet in case you want to put like a nice toy or a nice car right here. Leather wrap steering wheel. Badge is blacked out for Hyundai, and you have this N button in case you want to put your vehicle into the sport mode on the go. Paddle shifters are there, and you have this NGS mode, which I'll show it to you during the drive. Now let's just go for a quick drive so I can show it to you how it handles. Now, if some of you wanted to see my full review on this car where I'm not being a chatty Cathy, make sure you check the link in the last of the video. You'll be able to see a full ASMR video where I'm saying nothing. Before we get to drive, I just have one more thing that I just noticed. So this is the fob of the vehicle, right? Written N over here. Do you see there is a similarity? There is an H that builds right in between the keys. How thoughtful is that? I never thought Honda will pull something like this, but they did. Quite impressed. Let's go for a run. All right, here we are on the highway in our Hyundai Elantra N. It has been so much fun driving this car from the last few days. The power is amazing. I won't say this is anything like a V8 engine or a twin turbo V6 engine. It's still a 2-liter turbo, but it's just so much fun driving this car. The cluster screen, for example, if you just press this button, it's going to turn it into a sport mode, and the dual clutch system and everything just acts so fast. The performance is enhanced. The performance exhaust is in favor. You have the limited slip differential at the front end. Everything just comes in handy when you're trying to surpass somebody on the highway. The pops and noise and the bangs there is just so much fun. For example, just look at this thing. Woo! One thing I'm still kind of wondering if that shred brace at the back is really helping. I'm still trying to figure that out. Not a crazy amount of blind spots in the vehicle. There is blind spotted monitoring on the side of the vehicle, which is pretty handy. That's something that you're going to see some value in. If you're going to use some paddle shifters, you will see some changes in the RPM. After all, it's not a CVT transmission. And if while driving, for example, I'm just going to quickly show you guys something. I'm going to try to engage this NGS button for you guys. So if you're on a highway driving it and you just press this button, it's just going to give you that grin shift there. And it's going to turn that, look at that. And shifting is way faster. The vehicle just goes. There is no hesitation there. But one thing I'll have to say, every single time you press the gas on this vehicle, if there is a little bit of a ice or a water buildup on the road, you're gonna see your tires spinning on that. Yes, it's typical, just like any other car, but the vehicle just wanted to go fast. But I don't know, there is something that's still missing in this car, I feel like, personally. That's just me. There is one thing that's really annoying about this car I'll have to mention. These seats are bucket seats, but I feel like for me and my size, I'm still not 100% fit into this one. If you're a little guy, and if you're not as, built as I am, you might be able to fit it properly, but these bolsters, the way they're shaped, the bucket seat, they are kind of hurting my back right now. If I'll drive this thing for like next 3 hours straight, I'm definitely gonna have some sort of a back issue, I feel like. But other than that, it feels good. You do have the regular cruise control. I was gonna say adaptive, not adaptive. Regular cruise control, and you have the steering wheel monitoring in this. Now, it's kind of weird. Usually, when you have adaptive cruise control, you have the steering assist. It's gonna keep you in the lane, slow you down based on the car in front of you. But this one is kind of weird. You have to control what's coming in front of you, but it's gonna keep you in the lane. So if I'm trying to go out of the lane, if you'll see right here, it's gonna bring me back. But if I won't pay attention to it, I will definitely hit the car in front of me. That kind of seems stupid to me, There is a regular Elantra, and here is Elantra N. I'm just going to bring one more point to you guys if you're thinking about buying this one, or if you already have it and you must have noticed there, right? When you have one of these vehicles here, you don't expect this vehicle to be too noisy. But this being the top of the line Elantra, this is really noisy. I have reviewed so many other cars, and I would say this has to be the most noisiest one. I don't know if it's because it's lower to the ground. I don't know if maybe it's just a Hyundai, the steel quality, the level of grade that they use, but it's really noisy. Even if I'm gonna use my speakers, which is the Bose stereo speakers, they're still not gonna offset the outside noise to a point where I can say, wow, it's just a really fun experience to my ear. But that's just something what I feel. But again, at the end of the day, if you want some fun car for $43,000, this is what you'll have to settle with. Any other option of this price range, you're not gonna have that much fun with the car, right? But yeah, with that, we are done. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, how you feel about this vehicle. If you have any specific questions for me, please don't forget to drop a comment below. With that, we'll see you in the next video.